We're live now. Okay, so welcome to Vacation Jams. Our topic today is about group travel and group travel. Group travel and group travel. That's what we're going to talk about today. Is group travel. Um, so, um, and it's kind of a subject we've been kind of touching bases on here quite a bit lately because it's a really great. Um, give me one second. Val's asking for the link, so he's gonna come on here and visit us. So hang on, I'm gonna give him the link. So anyhow, we're going to talk about some group travel stuff because I think it's a great topic to talk about. I think it's a great way to build your business organically, and I think it's a great way to especially for people who have a lot of experience in this industry, to be able to go out there and do things by just inviting people to travel in groups and creating a buzz. That's something that I think that is necessary. It's kind of necessary in the well, that's too bright. Kind of necessary if you want to do business and you don't have a lot of experience, because one way to actually, like, I overheard. I was there in the background when you guys were sitting there talking, but I have the whole theme where I like to build up the music, and then I got a whole soundtrack now for the vacation jam. So it's all vacationy. I we want to talk about some group stuff here today. I think it's really kind of taken off based off what you got. Daniel, we have Carl, we have Joyce. They're all considering doing group travel stuff that I've talked to every single one of them about. Those type of travel vacations, and so I want to really get into that and kind of go over the benefits and actually the discount you get off the group travel is quite substantial because you're doing, instead of looking for one person to do business, to book a trip for, you're booking for a whole group of people. So I'm gonna kind of pass it on to you because I have to shut my door real fast. So I don't know who wants to jump on the panel, and I'm gonna put myself on mute because my kids are fighting upstairs, and I'm going to shut the door so I can get full concentration and we can really focus on this topic today. So I'm gonna pass it over to one of my co-hosts over there, and we're gonna pass over to Joan, and we're gonna let Joan kind of go into a little bit about her idea, what she'd like to see in some group travel, and then I'll jump back on here, or Joyce, you can jump on, or Barbara, you can jump on, and I'm sure we'll have a few other people on the panel. So I'm gonna pass it over to you for a few minutes, okay? Because I just gotta go up there and be quiet.
Okay. I think this is a really good subject because the opportunities are just endless. The things that we can do. We can plan a group just for us within TLN and target different places to go and spend time there growing our business by talking to tourists, by talking to the people that go on a regular basis and may pay a lot of money for their trip. And you can start up a conversation by asking them, well, what did it cost you? And tell them what it cost us. And people love to save money. So if there's opportunities to do that, especially in this economy, I think a lot of people will be very interested in what our company has to offer. Another thing that we can do when it comes to groups is to go to different places that have a group environment. Like, say, for example, an insurance company or a bank or any type of industry, the fire department, places where people work, and maybe there's a way that they might want to plan a group vacation. And so we could offer them a great discount. And also, what about families wanting to go places together? If you say you have 10 or 12 or 15 or more family members and they want to get together to celebrate maybe a wedding, to have a wedding out in a vacation spot, or maybe an anniversary, or for some special occasion to get together to have to go on a group vacation. And look at the money that they can save by doing that. You get a group of 15, 20 people all going to the same place, and I'm sure that Sean can arrange a very substantial discount. And you know what it does? It allows people to do these things that ordinarily they wouldn't be able to do them on a one-on-one basis. They maybe as a couple couldn't afford to go to a remote island to have a wedding, but as a whole group, if it was all under TLN, I'm sure the rate would be so accommodating that everybody would be able to afford to go. So there's so many different ways that we can promote this business and make it a viable thing for people, no matter what their level of income is. They'll start to be able to enjoy doing the things that everybody that's the rich and famous can enjoy. So I think we've got an amazing product here, and promoting it the right way is very important, and that's why I like these hangouts, so that we can do that.
Yeah, and Joan, it's oh, by the way, welcome, Val. I love the glasses, and it's you're on mute.
Got your mic on.
But he's I think you're on mute. So.
Great. Thanks for that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say everyone's wearing glasses here. It's kind of like TLN International Glassware or something tonight. It's awesome.
We're promoting the glasses.
When you travel, you gotta be able to read your itinerary. So we need glasses.
Yes.
You're real cool.
Thanks.
The thing is, Joan, you make a good point because obviously when you do stuff in a group travel, you're gonna get a better rate, and so when on top of saving money, you're saving money, and you're saving money. And then really the thing is, you're creating a really good buzz. You're creating a buzz within a group, and it's like it's like again, I don't know why it's this word I love to use, but organically building your business by sharing your business, and that's something that's it creates this buzz around people, and it starts spreading on a natural way, because people want to be a part of that group. People love to be part of something, and so when you're able to go out there and put these little groups together in your local area, and we talked about, and we'll kind of touch into this a little bit today, is we talked about different ways you can actually go in there and kind of bring people into your groups in your local areas. It kind of gets infectious. It's like if you look at like these companies that started with companies like Facebook, or these other companies that are started off in a certain area, but they went viral because the word of mouth. It's a word of mouth type of thing, and people are really excited about, and the buzz becomes creative. And if you're doing stuff around a club or something like that, if you're doing like your swimming club, I don't know if they let you put stuff in your swimming club, but you start talking about that stuff, it really creates a buzz around people about, hey, it's kind of overhearing someone by the pool. You got down here for $400? What? And it's a natural, organic way of actually building your business. And then, of course, they find out they can do, by referring people or bringing people on, that they can actually generate an income by doing this. And the thing is, and I'm sure that Val can concur, is with the travel side of it, you're going to really bring in a lot of people who have no network marketing experience. And the beautiful thing about what we have here is they're going to come into the travel side about it. They're going to learn that they can make money by referring friends and family and colleagues and whatnot. And then, of course, even if they don't have a network marketing background, now they get access to do the training that's in your back office, and all the training and all the great interviews that Val's conducted with these great leaders in the Legends Network. And now it's kind of like I mentioned before, it's like a reverse process. So you're bringing in all these new people, then they get to learn how to really kind of create a business off of something that they love to do anyways. So it's a really cool chemistry that now I feel like my kindred glassed brother and I kind of brewed up when we were talking one day, and it's something that I get excited about every day. I get up in the morning and I look forward to these little vacation jams that we have here in the afternoon. And so it's something that you know, it's something that it's fun, it's exciting. Travel's fun and exciting. It's something that's going to be, it's going to kind of spread infectiously. It's something that's very infectious. You know, people want to go out there and do stuff. And you know, we talk about the group thing, which is kind of the topic today. And you know, Daniel's a good example of that. Daniel, he you know, he's a great guy, and I just really started getting to know Daniel. And he, you know, he's hitting me up about ideas on what he could do for this club that he is creating. It's called, well, I think it's called the party club, or the party bunch, or something like that. I don't know. It's but it's got a fun name, you know. And he's going to sit there and draw people into it. And next thing, they're getting into the business because they're excited about the travel. And then next thing you know, Daniel, the pro that he is, he's going to bring him in and show him what kind of income they can make just by bringing other people into this club. You know, just like, hey, bring people in the club, you can make a great income and get training to go along with them. These great interviews for these great people in the back office. So there's a lot. It's something that people can really relate to, and it's something that it's very infectious. So to actually do a club travel is very easy. There's a lot of people out there doing it right now, as far as just travel clubs. So like not the actual travel club, but they're actual clubs that people actually put together for travel. So there's a lot of those things going on right now. So if you can plug into those existing ones and get people excited about the deals that you're bringing to the table, then it's gonna help. They're gonna get excited about, hey, well, how are you getting these deals? How are you getting these deals? And say, well, we're doing it through. I'm doing it through my through the club I belong to, which is TLN Destinations, and you can really kind of, you know, get them to carry over into the club that you're building. So there's a lot of it's a really fun and easy way to actually do it. You know, when you talk about the lifestyles of rich or famous, I mentioned to I mentioned about this a couple of times because I really love that, because when I was a kid I loved that show, and you know, it kind of reminds me, I would love to live that way. I'd love to live lifestyles of the rich and famous. Join me, Robin Leach, and whatever. I can't do it. Don't ask me to do a British accent, but you know, it was a great show that was on, and you always sit there and say, oh, I would love to have that lifestyle. I'd love to live the lifestyle. And Val's been really, you know, he's been really emphasizing that lifestyle the whole time with the Legends Network, and now with the travel, we are able to really kind of. Val is the Robin Leach, because he's going to be out there to share the lifestyle, and Val has lived that lifestyle. Val's been in this business for a long time, living that lifestyle, and now we really get a chance to go out there and like when Val and I started talking, travel like the legends do, and that was the whole theme of everything. So we really. You know, we really got something special here, and you know, I'm excited just to see this grow and become something that's very special. And there's a lot of stuff that's in the works that we're going to be able to do, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens as we grow.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
When you say, for example, you go into a business and they want to take several of their employees on a trip, so they want to get a group price.
Mm-hmm.
So does every person that's going on that trip, do they sign up in the Legends, the TLN travel, or can they go under the group head?
Well, we could do it a couple different ways. You can put them in the TLN Destinations as a travel, or you can collectively bring them in as a group. And you know, it's a good point, because you look at groups like churches, like a church group. They're already a group, and they're a very strong social group, right? And to go in there and say, and they love to do stuff, functions and stuff like that, where they go out there and do trips together and stuff like that. It's for their mission or whatever it might be, or organizations, you know, where we can, you know, we're the place where we can work with you. If you're in the process of you're talking to a big group, and you really want to incentivize them to get involved with your business, with the TLN Destinations, and save some money on that, you can just come to Val or myself and say, hey, Val, is there anything that we can provide them as an incentive, maybe possibly a raffle, something we can raffle off to them, or something like this, to get them really excited about joining the Legends Network and TLN Destinations. And then, of course, Val and I could talk about giving a week away if it's something that if a group that's a decent size. Because there's a lot of different incentives that we can offer big groups to come in and get people excited about coming into your business in the TLN Destinations and the Legends Network. It's because, I mean, we have a lot of different avenues we can come through.
What I was thinking of is that this is a real retirement center in Kelowna, mm-hmm. and there are a lot of retirement homes, not where people are on their last legs, but people who are in their 60s and 70s that go into these retirement buildings, and they live there. And I was thinking that those would be good places because they're always planning trips and going somewhere because they're bored. And I thought, you know what, that might be a good avenue to investigate and see what I could do in that area.
Absolutely. And again, if you need the process of some tips on how to approach them, or if it's a big enough community, again, we can work on some incentives that can actually get people excited about that.
Okay, great.
Well,
okay.
the other thing too is Joan, you can you know, there's two sides. I'll go back to one side, and then I'll bring that side in that you just talked about. Going back to what Sean was just talking about with Daniel, Daniel's connecting with some of his contacts in his regular community that he lives in, and these people despise multi-level marketing. You bring multi-level marketing, and they want no part of it. But when Daniel said to them, he said, "Hey guys, listen, we're having a travel party vacation down in the Mayan Riviera in December. You guys want to come for $300?" They couldn't believe it. They didn't know whether to go to the bathroom or go blind. That's why they need classes like me. So anyhow, the whole point being is they were so excited that they didn't even know. And Daniel said, "Well, hey, listen, it's going to be about $350, $400 for the stay down there, and then it's like $54 a month, and then we can go from island to island or venture to venture." These guys are like corporate guys. They're totally stoked. They want nothing to do with the business, but they'll come in and use it as a travel club, and just they'll be a part of. They'll pay their $54 a month because they see they can save $6,000, $7,000 a year on travel. Now, the other thing is, Kelowna is a beautiful retirement area, and not only a retirement area, but for younger people too. At the same time, my wife and I, we keep talking about, do we buy a place in Kelowna as well too? The interesting thing about it is, with a lot of these seniors, it would be really cool if they saw the light, because some of them are retired business people too. They're very smart, sharp people still. And, they could use tax deductions. Some of these people don't just want to go to sleep for the rest of their lives. Some of them would love to work from home, be on the computer, and make $6,000, $7,000 a month, and be able to take those travel discounts at the same time and use that as a tax deduction. So there's advantageous areas of tax advantages for the seniors as well too, because Kelowna's not, Kelowna is a very prestigious place. Everyone knows that. It's not the cheapest place to live, and whether you're a senior or you're not a senior, homes there, Benita and I were looking at homes for $3.5 million there 2 summers ago. So there's a lot of wealth there, and there's a lot of senior wealth there, a lot of old money there. And these people understand how to play the game. They're not going out to the pasture to sit there and rot. They want to come back into it, and if you can teach them or introduce them to what it is they do, they all like to go down south and travel and take trips and things like that. And my God, if you could show them how to do that and be able to write that vacation off still at that age, on top of their pensions, whatever else they're getting. Wow, that's a gold vein there in Kelowna, because there's a lot of money there.
I think so. We have a new subdivision that's just opened up below us at the bottom of the hill, and it's all retired people, and they're living in homes. These homes, there's none under $500,000, and some of them are even more expensive. Well, there's a building down there, and what I was thinking of doing is going down and talking to the site manager and suggesting that maybe as a bonus to sort of seal the deal for people buying these homes, offer them a free trip to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Offer them an annual membership. Sean can talk to you about annual memberships. Make it a 1 year, for 2015, exclusive VIP Costco travel type of membership for 1 year instead of just one travel thing, Sean.
Yeah.
Because you're talking to my wheelhouse, Joan. That's what we do. The thing is, and because I do a lot of corporate stuff with real estate developers and stuff like that. We do have real estate developers as clients. The thing what you could do is you can literally go out and go to the real estate developer, that person that's actually selling those homes, and give this to an incentives as a vacation club for the retired people to take vacations at cost without the markup. They just pay an annual membership, and then they could save. It depends on how they travel. And we talked about this a little bit earlier as far as people snowbirds. So some of these people moving in there are going to be snowbirds. So the ability to go out there and pick up a condo in Puerto Vallarta or Cancun or Cabo or wherever and be able to do that, because I mentioned to you earlier that I have that inventory where we can do long-term vacations for these people in condominiums and private villas. So they be able to do that for, you know, $1,500 bucks, $1,600 a month in a private villa on the beach or right on a golf course in Puerto Vallarta or Cancun or Cabo. That'll draw a lot of interest from them because now they can get out of the winter in Kelowna, even though it's kind of mild winter. It's still winter, and they can actually go down and enjoy the winter time.
For 6 weeks, we call it Cloudona because we get an inversion in the valley here, and you have fog all day long. And last winter, it just about drove me nuts. And you don't have enough cold. And the fog just sits over the lake, and it doesn't lift. It's there day in and day out.
And you know the thing is, we talk about, you know, it's a great it's a great opportunity actually that you're talking about, because I'll just give you an example. I have a developer in Cabo San Lucas. They have a development called Las Ventanas. You can look it up online. It's called Las Ventanas. No, it's called the Ventanas. It's Las Ventanas, the Ventanas. This is called Ventanas. And they're beautiful, Mediterranean-style homes. They're like homes that there's a lot of. I can get these homes on them because a lot of these people rent them out for the wintertime. We can get a great deal on these homes. And this is a community. It's a gated community that has swimming pools. It has a little store. It has a church. It has all this stuff right in that community. The beautiful view of the Sea of Cortez and the arch in the background. It's a really great place, and you can get something like that for under $2,000 a month. And that's something that you can get even a better deal for these people, and then go down there and spend. They can go down there and spend, 8 weeks or 12 weeks down there, and they're spending under. They're going to be spending under about $4,500 for 3 months. Excuse me, for 3 months period of time for under $5,000. They can go out there and spend 3 months in a nice, fully furnished with all the amenities, house, villa, beautiful villas. You know, so I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you can sit there and offer these type of people in these retirement communities that that are snowbirds. They don't have to worry about all that stuff, and we got that stuff all over the place. We got it in Cabo, all through Mexico, Caribbean, in the U.S. or wherever. If you want to go down to Arizona and do Sedona, it's kind of cold there, but you can do whatever you want to do. Palm Springs, we can set up all that kind of stuff for you. So that's a one great way to group is going directly to an HOA or going to a developer that's building a development for people in a private community and sit there and offer as a benefit, because I mean, and that's something that we could definitely do, and it's a great new way to actually go out there and promote your business. And
you know what? I am so tired of doing cold calling and talking to people the conventional way that I used to do network marketing. I was just racking my brain and trying to think, how can I do something different? How can I be, innovative and do something just to make it more interesting and more challenging? And I thought, hey, this is a good idea, and I'm going to work it.
Yep. And and the thing is, Lorraine brought up a good point yesterday. You talk about those little house parties, little gatherings, like kind of the old school way that when my mom had friends come over to Tupperware, right? The old school way about network marketing. You can do stuff like this and bring gathering people from the community, and the thing is, you'll get to know people, and they'll open up to you a whole nother avenue of places of ways you can actually market your business. Because I mean, I find I get a lot of business. We create a lot of business in my company just by networking and just getting to know somebody who has a whole different type of business that we end up bringing into the company because they get it. It's kind of a collaboration. You got something that they want that they can sit there and spread. So if by going out there and doing these type of deals, you're going to be able to find there's a whole plethora of ways you can go out there and market your business just by using the product as your tool. And I mean, using the travel product as your tool. And then obviously, like Val said, Daniel's people, they didn't want nothing to do with network marketing, but they like to travel. And Daniel said I literally went into his mechanic, talked to him for like 4 minutes. The guy's like, I'm in. Went over to talked to his accountant for like 4 minutes. The guy's like, I'm in. I'll do it. It's that easy to do it when you start talking about saving that much money on a vacation, because it pays for itself off one trip.
Yeah, and the other part of it is good too, what Val's brought to the table with the training, because when I when I first was introduced to the Legends Network, well, we didn't have the travel. We just had the audios. And when Steve Gahagan introduced me to the Legends Network, and I saw those audios, and I listened to one of them, I said, I'm in. This is something that everybody that comes into network marketing needs to understand, so they don't flounder and go out the back door. So I really think that this is an important part of the business, but I also think that once you get people established in the travel end of it, and they see that there's a greater opportunity and that they don't have to pay any more to look at the audios and to learn to grow their business and be trained to do it properly, I think they work so well together. I think you guys did a great job in putting this together.
Yeah,
well, the travel opens up doors for us that we can't open up because it's a great front lead product. Yes. It takes the threat of multi-level marketing away, or business opportunities away, or anything. Once you start talking language like travel clubs, people love that. Costco's like a price club, like Price Club in the United States, and Costco. Everything's a club, and people love to be a part of clubs. They feel like they belong to an exclusive something, right? And then you can start adding all kinds of dynamics on, like building Lego blocks. You put it in, and then at the same time, people become desensitized as they allow themselves to grow and develop, to find out about the self-development, like you said. Oh, there's there's that side of it too, right? But travel clubs is where it's huge.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
No, go ahead. That's okay.
No, I was just going to sit there and say, it really, we talked about Daniel, and it really what it does, it brings a lot of people's defenses down. So their defenses are down, like, okay, well, I'm not going to, But the thing is, if somebody who's been kind of like myself, I didn't understand comp. You tell me about a comp plan, you'll lose me. I got ADD. I'll be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. But this will literally allow people to learn that business if they want to go about that route. They can actually learn and hey, nice goats. They can actually learn and educate themselves on this business, and to do it at their own pace, so they can sit there and feel confident about building, getting involved in network marketing, because they can sit there and say, hey, this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is actually a great thing. I'm actually making pretty good money at this, and then get the education go along with it. So it's almost like the reverse. A reverse way of doing things. It becomes they're using the products to saving money, and now they're seeing they're referring people are making money, and then get educated on how to go about building a business with all that great training in the background, all that stuff in the back office, and all those interviews. And it's a really cool way of doing things. I mean, everything really ties together quite nicely with the Legends Network and TLN Destinations. It is a nice tie-in to actually. I like that one. It's a nice tie-in to actually get people bring the defenses a bit down and get them not thinking about all the bad things they heard about network marketing. And it's actually it's a really good industry. It gives them a good way of bringing them in the business with the defenses down, and that's important. So
I don't think I've ever been in a network marketing company that offers what we offer. Because not only do you bring to the table an auto ship that's very, very reasonable each month, but the spin-off that you get from belonging to the Legends Network, not only do you get your residual income and your upfront money from bringing someone in, and that's basically all you get in other network marketing companies, because you don't get free product. You have to buy the product, and you have to bring people in, and then they purchase the product, and you make money off of it. But never have I been in a company before where the product is such that you make money off of the product, because you're saving so much when you book a holiday. And it's not only that; it's the other things that you're bringing to the table, like the restaurant and the grocery stores and what have you. This is just phenomenal. I am just so pumped about this business. You would not believe. I've never experienced anything like it before.
What's really cool about it? You hit onto a real hot spot there, Joan. The really cool thing about all of this is that this is the first company that I've ever been a part of where we've marked everything down and not up. Hey, Sean, you look good. There you go. Got the devil himself. devil inside. They're underwater. But yeah, we marked everything down like other companies. You can take a health and nutritional product that costs $1.87 or $2.25 in a bottle, and then companies will take that $2.25 bottle and they'll mark it up to $59. So they have to pay a network. We don't have to mark the travel no matter what. We're not marking anything up here. The educational component for $25 a month is a steal, and then you've got access to travel. Like my neighbor just down the road there, they're going to Turks and Caicos and Jamaica over the holidays, $17,200 for them to go. They're going for 3 weeks, $17,200. Sean, they already booked Turks and Caicos. They just added Jamaica, so they're leaving December 22nd. They'll be back sometime mid-January. But I mean, you know, that whole package there through Sean probably could have been about $2,000-3,000 or whatever, right? With Turks and Caicos and Jamaica. So
about 35,400.
Yeah, even if it's 4,000. Yeah, even whatever it is. I mean, you know, because Turks and Caicos is a little bit expensive, but where do you find an opportunity, you know, where you got to pay a network of people where the product is totally discounted? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to be able to pull this travel off for $350, or to be able to go to Turks and Caicos and Jamaica for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and then he's not even in an MLM program. He's paying $17,200 for his family. Now that's a family of 4, mind you, but still, there's no compensation plan in that. Only for the travel agency gets all the money. That's all. Yeah. Somebody's getting the money on that deal, and it's not us. But anyhow, so it's really cool to say that you've got a product, because everyone says, oh yeah, multi-level marketing. That's that industry where they mark these products way up, right? Like, oh, I can get that at Walmart, or I can get that at Costco. But nobody can get the magazine anywhere in the world, and nobody can get that travel package anywhere in the world other than, you know, what Sean's got there, and they're not going to get it for these crazy prices. And it leads me into another thing, Sean, because I don't know if you talked about this in any of the other jam sessions you've had here, but what makes this so unique and different price-wise over Vacation, World Ventures, you know, that, what's that other one?
My Life,
Well, My Fun Life is another one, and then there's that other one, the one out of Florida that has all those limitations on it. It's only good for Americans.
I don't know, but I'll kind of answer the question.
Explosional or something like that. It's got a whole bunch of travel limitations on it. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's just another deal. But the whole point being is what makes this so unique and different? Never mind the opportunity here, but, you know, from the product inventory and the product and the cost and whatnot, what makes it so different over World Ventures or My Fun Life? And
a couple things. The first thing is they're still marking up the inventory. So they're still marking up the inventory. That's the first thing. The second thing is they're getting it from a provider. They're not getting it from the source. We're getting it from the source. Every single time it goes through something, it goes up in cost. Everybody's taking their piece of the action. And you're dealing with the source. I deal directly with the cruise providers. I deal directly with the resort developers. I deal directly to the source. And the other thing is my business, my corporate business, feeds this business in a sense where I could take the Canadian Armed Forces, like we have the deal we have there. Am I frozen or? Oh, I'm frozen. Wait.
Just for a second, you will be. We can still hear you.
Okay. So look at that look, dude. Anyways, I'm taking the Canadian deals like Canadian Armed Forces, the U.S. Armed Forces, Australian, British, and Brazilian Armed Forces, which is 38 million people, and putting it on my back, and I got guys knocking on my door to give me inventory because they know I can fulfill it. So that spills over to this business, right? So you know, Teamsters, which we got to deal with. Those type of businesses, those big networks, and those reputable companies and organizations feeds this business in network marketing. None of those companies have that kind of model where you're literally TLN and TLN Destinations is the access to the general public for this program. If you don't have TLN or TLN Destinations, you don't get. If you're general public, you don't have if you're Joe Schmo over here, you don't get it. You have to be a part of. You have to be in the an executive, or you have to be a part of an elite group in the Canadian Armed Forces. I mean, so you don't. Unless you're if you're Joe Schmo, you don't. I mean, if you're average day Susie, you can't get these deals unless you go through the Legends Network. So everything that I do within my corporate side, I feed it to this business, and that's a really strong thing because I'm able to negotiate deals that no one else can. And we are the source. I am the provider of the travel, where they're going through different levels of. They're just going to buying a package from a provider, from a different provider. You know, we are going to the consolidators. We're going directly to the source of where this stuff's coming from, and we're not marking it up. All these guys make their money on marking up the inventory. Even if it sounds like a great deal, they're still marking up the money because that's how they make the majority of their money, is marking up the inventory. So so that's the difference between what we do and what they do. You know, so it's a big difference because if you look at World Ventures, I've been in their back. Somebody's taken me try to sell me World Ventures like 8 months ago, and I just like, okay, well, I'll take a look at it because I was curious to see what they had to offer. Nothing even close. It's not even close. I mean, hundreds of dollars off their prices from what we can offer. And so, I mean, and it's like I mentioned before, this is just the start. This is just the beginning. Wait till we really start opening this thing up and offering some incredible deals that we're going to be able to. We're negotiating right now. So it's
cool.
I got some great deals for Hawaii coming, and wait till those pop out, and you guys will blow people away.
The deal's going. That's what I want to do, is get a group of people from this area to go to on one of the package deals.
Mm-hmm. You know, and another thing.
That's how I'm gonna build my business.
Yep. And you know, another thing is, I was talking to Carl about this. Actually, it was offline after we got done with the hangout this morning because I got there a little bit late. But there's another thing that's going to separate us from those guys too, Val. Is we're going to let the reps, the leaders, customize their own package deal, which is something that no one else does. You can customize your own package deal at a ridiculous rate. So we're going to allow people to go in there and say, hey, listen, I want to put together a package deal. And I was talking to Daniel about this today too. Don't just rely on what the package deals we're going to be offering you. Let's customize it. Where do you want to go? Let's go out there and put it together because we can. We can go right to the providers and put together a package deal that is customized for leaders in this company to be able to offer like in groupifications. So you can actually go out there and do it. So if like Jones in Kelowna, she can actually organize a trip out of Kelowna with discounted off airfares because us getting the deal with the Canadian Armed Forces is giving us access to work directly with WestJet and Air Canada. So we're working directly with WestJet and Air Canada as of now. We're tapped into their system, so we can actually go out there and negotiate better deals directly with WestJet and Air Canada because we do have the Canadian Armed Forces deal on the corporate side. So, and the exact same thing with Joyce there in Ashland, Oregon, the exact same thing. She's 2 hours away from the closest airport, the decent-sized airport. So 3 hours, yes, and it's quite a nice, beautiful town. I'll keep plugging it for you.
300 miles.
Yeah.
300 miles to the closest airport.
Gateway to California.
Major airport.
Gateway to California. That's Ashland, Medford. So.
I'm sorry. I just have another question, being you're on this subject. Okay, do you have programs where if somebody just wants to travel from point A to point B, where you can get good discounts on just air travel?
Air travel we're working on. Again, it's kind of a catchy, touchy. It's a touchy subject because of the way it fluctuates so much. I've always mentioned this from day one about airfare. We're working on negotiating better deals. The corporate contracts that I just closed will help out with that because the volume of people we're dealing with. And so, but as of right now, it's kind of touchy. We'll negotiate as best as we can to get you the best price. And we have, but there's times that you gotta understand. You sit there and you book an airfare. 10 minutes later, check back, the airfare dropped. The price of the price either dropped or it raised because it's that unstable in this industry. Unless you're dealing with high volume people, you're buying in bulk. Costco, Sam's Club, Price Club, whatever. You're dealing high bulk of volume that you could steer towards an airline. Hey, listen, I'm gonna drive 1 million people towards your airline. I'll fill whole planes at once, and then you're gonna they're gonna open their ears and listen. So that kind of stuff we're working on, and that's part of the reason we really want to go out there and get these large corporate contracts because my vision of what I do on my end is to be able to manipulate any type of travel out there. You know, literally manipulate an airline to sit there and say, give me 600 seats at $97 a seat, but I guarantee I'll fill those 600 seats, and that's what we're working on, and we're well on our way. So.
What about car rentals?
Oh, car rentals we can do right now. Yep, for sure.
Okay. Just picking your brain, because when I go and talk to these people, these are questions that they're going to ask. So I, just wondered what.
Yeah, and actually one of your best way to actually promote it is off of package deals, and that's why.
Yeah, I realize that.
Because I can literally go there and we can negotiate accommodations for next to nothing. So what really your cost is coming off is the airfare, and so we can negotiate We can negotiate hotels or resorts for ridiculous prices, literally next to nothing. Add the airfare, that's the true cost, and then we can throw in some activities that we can literally pretty much give away. So you can have activities, airfare, and accommodations for a really good rate because your accommodations, your activity costs come so low that the airfare kind of washes it out.
Now, we have a little bit of a problem here in Kelowna, because for somebody to travel in the wintertime to go to Vancouver to catch a flight would be very, very tricky because of going through the Coquihalla, and it's very people who are retired, they're not going to do it. They're not going to travel that highway in the wintertime. So from Kelowna to Vancouver is where the hiccup is going to be. And I just wondered what can we offer people that have to make that from point A to point B before they get on the plane to go to their destination.
Yeah, well, it's again, that's where we're starting to work with Air Canada and WestJet, and those both fly out of Kelowna. So we're going to be able to negotiate some really good deals with WestJet and Air Canada. I know what you're talking about because I live in Kamloops. It's the same thing. If I want to go, I have to go over the Coke too. So and my wife and I usually do about 3 or 4 trips in the wintertime, a month almost. And my wife drives her; she gets afraid because I'm.
Well, it's scary because when they get those snowstorms and slides and what have you off the mountains, it's scary.
Yeah, my mom just watched that TV show Highway to Hell, and she'll never go on it because she watched that TV show. So, no, I mean we could do all kinds of stuff. The thing is, we're just getting started. That's the beautiful thing about it. And there's so much stuff. And Val and I talk behind the scenes about all kinds of really cool stuff we can do. And it's just really getting started. And it's going to get much better. It's going to get way better. It's going to get. I mean, I got goosebumps. It's going to get so awesome that it's going to be. It's going to blow people away. And that's the thing is that's why I'm here on the front line. That's why I'm out here doing this stuff, because I want people to understand it. I want people to get it. I want people to get excited about it because I know what's coming. I know what we're bringing to this, and I want to. There's a lot of stuff I'd love to share, but I can't. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out there that we're going to be able to do a lot of things that people just weren't able to do before. Mm-hmm. So it's we still need to talk about what we're going to do this yearly this winter gathering, and where these guys where we're going to do that at, because it seems like a couple people have a couple of different ideas, whether it's going to be in the Mayan Riviera or it's going to be in Atlantis, or we got to kind of decide where we want to do that for the winter gathering, I guess is how you want to say it.
I think Daniel's pretty stoked about Mexico. I talked to him. I think I talked to him 2 days ago or yesterday. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I talked to him yesterday. And for his group, for anyhow what he wants to do, they're talking Mayan Riviera anyhow. It's just a shot down from Vancouver and across. They can just hop on a plane to Vancouver and shoot down into Mexico. So I think they're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, that deal, and I was talking to Daniel and Carl about that today, is that you have to leave out of major U.S. There's a stop in the U.S., so you fly from Canada to the U.S. and then from the U.S. out to Mexico. So you do.
Really? Is that from Vancouver? From Vancouver, it's like that, because here in Edmonton you can fly direct to Cancun. It's
just the way the package deal's set up that they actually.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you have to fly into the U.S. I believe you fly into either, if you're on the West Coast, you're flying into LA or San Diego, and you fly out from there. And if you're on the East Coast, you fly into I think Atlanta or Houston. So and then you fly out from there.
Okay,
Just
Sean,
somebody
is there, when you get on these package deals and you get off the plane, is there transportation from the plane to where you're going to
We can have it
stay?
arranged for you. Yep. We can have transportation's nothing. It's really easy.
Well, that's what I was wondering because I know John asked, or Joan asked that earlier, if there was transportation from the airport to.
Yeah, you know, and that's the other thing too, is if you're looking at going for a week in a condominium and you're going to, I don't want to keep on using Cabo because it's kind of sentimental for me, but if you're going to say you're going to, I don't know, St. Thomas, and you land in St. Thomas, and you need to get to the Marriott from the airport, the concierge can set you all up with everything before you get there. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, I need transportation from the airport. Hey, I want to know if you guys could stock my refrigerator with food. I want to know if we can book tea times for the next day. Go golfing out there in Megan's Bay. So they can actually do all this stuff for you and get it all done pre-trip. So you don't have to worry about going to a concierge inside the hotel and getting banged out to go to a timeshare presentation for free jet skis. That's the thing about it is you can get all that stuff done before you go. And so, some of the package deals will include transfers. They'll include transfers. The other ones that they don't, we can negotiate a price with the transportation companies to get you a better deal.
And is there an extra cost for that, or is that included in the $54.95?
Well, the deal that we're talking about here, that Daniel's all excited about and everybody's excited about, that's everything. So I mean, that's out the door. So, and it's a little under $400 is what it is. Carl just gets excited, says $300. It's literally a little over $400, a little under $400. But that includes everything. That's including your meals. It's an all-inclusive.
Oh.
So it's an all-inclusive trip. So it's airfare accommodations for two and your food and all your transfers. It's just a stupid deal. It's ridiculously cheap.
And where is that?
Wow.
That one's that's the one that's going to go to Cozumel. You can take it to Cabo. You can go to Puerto Vallarta. You have 3 different options. And Daniel wants to go over to he wants to go to Cozumel. It's for me. It's almost. Even though I have a house in Cabo, it's almost worth it for me to book that trip, and just because of the cost. I can get that trip cheaper than I can get an air ticket down through Alaska or through Air Canada or WestJet. So yeah, some of those package deals you'll see through my providers are the new providers that I'm bringing on are ridiculous. They really are. They're just like, wow, how do you do that? Because they buy in bulk. And I was talking to Daniel about this. Is we buy in bulk. Me and my partners, we buy in bulk. We go out there and we'll buy. I have one of my partners will buy $1 million in bulk inventory up front. Just here's $1 million in inventory. Lock in the price and give me here's $1 million and we'll take that inventory. That's what some of my suppliers do, some of my vendors, some of my partners do. They actually just go bulk buy to get these deals, and so they lock in. So the suppliers are guaranteed they got their money, and they don't have to worry about filling the space because they're going to get filled. But if it doesn't get filled, they made their money, so it doesn't really make a difference for them. So it's that's the key. It's Costco, and then we talk about this a lot, and that's my business model is bulk buy. Go out and buy chunks, and just take a bunch of chunks off it, and then that's how you get some really phenomenal package deals.
Hey, Sean.
Are these gated communities in Mexico?
Oh yeah.
All the resorts are gated, so they all have security. They all have low guard shacks with all that stuff like that. The housing communities, the private villas and stuff like that. Most of the ones that we deal with are gated because and of course now you got to remember you also got that travel insurance to go along with it. So anything that ever happens with that, you have that travel insurance, so we can actually go out there and do some really good stuff with that.
Mexico doesn't have a very good reputation right now, though.
I'll argue with anybody about Mexico. I love Mexico. It's actually safe in the United States. It's actually a lot safer than the U.S. because people give it a bad rap. It's all media. It's all media give Mexico a bad rap. It's actually quite sad because it's a great, beautiful country with great
I've been
people.
down there.
And so I would live in Cabo before I live in. I'd live in Cabo before I live in 90% of the cities that I've ever been in, just because it's that safe. But you had something, Val?
I was gonna say, does this sound familiar? Mayan Riviera, $300 gets you 4 days, 3 nights, includes return airfare within North America.
That's called Book It VIP. Is that what it is?
I don't know what the booking is, but Mayan Riviera, $300 gets you 4 days, 3 nights, and includes return airfare. Is that via you? Because that's coming from a TLN member.
That'd be probably what we're talking about. Yep. Because there's a company. Because Alan brought up a good. He brought up, hey, listen, there's a 3-night thing where you can go to the Mayan Riviera for it's on Facebook. It was for $3.99. Included airfare and accommodations. The problem with that one, it's a company called Book It VIP. I know the guy who owns the company. It's a timeshare hook. They get you in. You have to go to 90-minute presentation to actually even get that deal, and then they harass you the whole time you're there, and then you're on their mailing list. So when you get back home, you're being harassed for timeshare. So it's a timeshare hook. And they don't put you into anything they put you in the back of the resorts, looking at the trucks coming in and dropping off the food in the kitchen. That's what you end up being in. So it's a hook. And so if you go look at the reviews on that on Facebook, everybody's sitting there saying it's awful, because it really is. It's not worth it. So no, there's no hooks on this stuff. What we offer is it's go. Enjoy yourself. If you end up in a timeshare presentation, that's your fault, because we're not trying to get you into one. So that's the whole thing. I'm really an anti-timeshare guy, because I was raised around that industry for a long time. Yeah, probably if it's a TLM member, they're probably referring to the one that Alan or not Alan, the one that Daniel or Carl's talking about. So
yeah, that's where it's from.
Yeah, it's starting to spread pretty fast. Okay. So. Which is cool. It's cool because we'll have that available next week. I just got to finalize the contract with these guys. So.
Yeah, it's the travel party.
The travel party. Yep. Travel party. Create your own party. There's.
I took 220 people from this area. That package deal would be available, except for the air. I mean.
Yeah, because it's multiple.
Getting to Portland.
It's a multiple resort package deal. It's not just for one resort. So I mean, it can literally be for. Obviously, there's going to be so much availability in one resort because you can't. There's only so much rooms, right? So, but if it's not available in one area, it can be available in another area. It's a multiple location package. So it could be Cabo, it could be Cancun, it could be Playa, and it could be Puerto Vallarta. So there's a lot of great stuff that's coming in here now. I'm gonna talk to Val here when he's got some time, and we're gonna go over some stuff here. I don't like to let the cat out of the bag before I talk to the man. So we're gonna have a little bit of discussions on how we're gonna do this, strategize, and then we can kind of let things out. But there's a lot of good stuff that we can do, and it's coming right now. So it's right there, and and so I mean it's exciting. I'm really excited for everybody here. I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to be a part of this family, and and I've already built some good friendships, and when we do meet, it's not going to be like, oh, hey, it's going to be, hey, rounds on me, first round, so whatever. So it's so that's kind of thing. We're going to be dragging Carl off the beach, so it's going to be fun, and like I was telling, like we talked about, I really think that we should have our own little slogan when we go on vacation, so you can post those videos, post those pictures with people out there just having a blast, as those testimonials are living testimonials that'll just make this business grow stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, because people will want to be there like you were just there. So, it's a great thing though.
I like that slogan.
What's that?
I like that slogan, Sean. The first round's on me. That's a great slogan. The first round's on me.
There you go.
And I'll pay for the first round as long as it's all inclusive in the package, so I don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, I mean, we got some good all-inclusives coming too, so there's some really good all-inclusives.
There's advantages to having a tight wad as a leader.
You don't get where Val's at by not being a little bit of a.
If you're lucky, I might get you a seashell out of the deal. So just Just keep hoping. Hoping and praying. You might get a seashell out of the deal.
Val eats a Taco Bell. What's that?
I told Carl this morning when we were on the call and we were talking about getting together as a group, and I said, I just can't wait to shove you in the pool. I just can't.
I want that on video, Joan. I want that on video.
Yeah.
Right.
TLNvideos.com.
I'm excited to see.
You out my window?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the mountains in behind, and that's the lights of Kelowna coming on.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's you're in a really nice location. My wife loves Kelowna. She just every year she keeps saying, "Why don't we go back to Kelowna?"
Yeah, we haven't moved there.
I think we can't afford it. Only Joan can. We can't afford it.
Yeah, that was between Kelowna
and TLN. I want to say.
Yeah, I better look into that program. I heard something pretty exciting is happening there. But anyhow, yeah.
Anyhow, it's about that time. So what we're gonna do is we'll end this session here, and we'll be back on Monday. Oh, wait, no, Monday is a holiday. Or is it Tuesday is a holiday? Which day is a holiday? Well, we'll be back Monday. I think Tuesday's a holiday, right? Tuesday's remember?
Yeah, I think they're all holidays, but you know what? You can be back Monday if you want. Sure, why not?
I'm going fishing tomorrow. We'll be back Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, with my wonderful panel here, and we look forward to. We usually I didn't give a lot of people a lot of time today because I was out running around with my wife and kids, but we'll post it earlier on Monday. I'll post it a little earlier on Monday. That way we can get. We usually have about 2 or 3 more people on here, so I'll get it there earlier so people can jump on. And
hey, Sean,
yes.
Very, very quickly, are you into pyramids?
Why? Because that pyramid in the background?
Yeah, in the background. Is that symbolic of what we do for a living?
It's subliminal.
It's subliminal. I'm sitting here feeling the energy off that Mayan pyramid there, and I thought, oh my God, if only everyone could get into one of these schemes like us, they'd be in a better place.
We told my wife.
You got that right, Val.
Well, look at Joan. Joan's got a massive pyramid in the background back there. She's got temples in the hills there. So those are some pretty big pyramids in Kelowna. That's why there's a lot of network marketers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. Yep. Who is the big guy? Not Tony.
Mark Yarnell lived there not too long ago.
Who is that?
Mark Yarnell lived there not too long ago. If he still doesn't live there.
Okay, and also not Tony Robbins, but the big guy gets huge amounts of money for his seminars. He lives here too.
Brian Tracy or?
Huh?
Brian Tracy?
No, he's the big guy. He's
not Wayne Dwyer.
No.
There's a lot of them. I don't know who it is. I know Anthony Robbins is the big guy because he's tall. He's a very large person.
I think that's who it is. And Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
He probably has a house there. I wouldn't be surprised if he has a house there. Well, a lot of the NHL hockey players live in Shuswap. The Shuswaps area is just outside of Kelowna and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, well, it's about a little over 2 hours from here, but there are a lot of hockey players that live right here in Kelowna.
So it's 30 minutes. What's that?
Say that again. You broke up.
The shoe shops are like 30 minutes from where I'm at. They're literally right up the road.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Wait till you see we can come in the spring. Ooh, we got the whole outdoor adventure package coming in the spring. We're working on a huge deal. We're talking about houseboats and motorhomes and campgrounds and stuff like this, all at discounts. And it's because all I gotta do is look at my neighborhood. I live in a pretty nice neighborhood up here, but everybody here, every other neighbor has a brand new motorhome. So it's like, it's Canadians love their camping in the summertime. We're gonna have a fantastic program coming this summer. So that's something to look forward to. Yeah. So anyhow,
that's a great retail product. That's a great incentive to bring people in. I know you got to call it quits tonight, but a lot of good stuff coming. That's good. Like it.
No, it is. And I'm taking my kids over to Boston Pizza. I promised them to clean up, but we're taking them to Boston Pizza. So,
I made two big pizzas for supper. Pizzas.
What's that, John?
I made two big pizzas for supper. The dough, I made it with beer.
Oh yeah.
And I've got.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So,
sounds. Heck, I'm going to your house instead.
I wonder why Joan's feeling pretty good tonight there in Kelowna.
Yep. I feel good. I feel really good every time I come on to a TLN hangout, whether it's the morning one or the afternoon, because I learn so much. It revitalizes you. It makes you feel a part of the whole thing, and you feel really energized. And I think that people that don't come on these hangouts are missing out on a lot.
No, I think they're going to grow. I think.
Are the ones that, sorry, I mean they don't know what they're doing if they miss them.
Well, even to be able to get on here as a panelist, Sean, thanks for the invitation, by the way, but everyone should take advantage of that. Barbara, it's great to see you here, although I hadn't heard you speak yet, but it was great to have you here anyhow, and Joan and Joyce, you're here. I mean, what personal growth and development? I mean, this is what it's all about. A lot of people are camera shy, but just to be able to come on here for a while, after a while, you don't even know the camera's on you anymore. You're not even thinking about it. It's just you become totally desensitized to the process very quickly. So it's anytime you get an opportunity, jump on, whether it's John's call or Carl's call.
And you know what I'm doing?
Go ahead, Barbara.
Yeah, I've been on here 3 or 4 times now, and yeah, like Joan, I love it. I just love it, and thank you for coming on, because I'm just so excited that you're here, Val.
Well, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. But you know what? And that's a big step for you, because you know you talked about some things in the webinar room, and to see you here, I don't want to hold you up, Sean, but that's a really big step for Barbara. You know, and I have a lot of respect for that. So thank you for doing that. You know, way to go, girl.
Thank you.
And you're not holding me up. You know that. It's true though, because these 3 gals are here every day. They're like,
awesome.
I can always count on these 3 gals. Yeah. You know, and then we get Carl on here every once in a while, and we get, you know, we'll get my guy Andy, the guy that I brought in. He comes on, even though he looks like a Russian spy in the background, but he comes on, and you know we've had people pop on, don't say much. So I mean, these are the things that are going to start growing as this business grows. And people are going to want more and more of it. It's just that people, it's free information, it's free education. You know, it's something to take advantage of. When you got you know, Carl, who's very passionate about what he does in the morning ones, I just get on it because it's just so entertaining. You know, and then you know, you got your calls that you do, and that are very entertaining, by the way. I mean, I was sucked into the first one, went to them, and so I mean, there's so much that this company has to offer as far as I mean, you don't see other companies doing this much, and which is great. So
There's no other company that has the leadership right out in front either, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do
It's
too.
just great to see that. It's just great to see that you guys and gals are just stepping up to the plate, where in another company nobody'd even know who you are, but now you're on the camera, you're being broadcast on YouTube, you're creating a history for yourself and branding yourself, and that's a giant step. So I have a lot of admiration for that. So I got to tip my hat to you, and to your husband in the background there, Joan.
My husband was out back there a while ago.
I think I saw him in the fridge looking for some of that beer pizza or something.
what happened to my beer?
You know what I'm doing with the Hangouts and people that do videos, you might want to think about doing it. I'm taking them and I'm putting them on my website, all the Hangouts. And I'm doing a pre-video, and then I'm introducing the Hangout, what it is we're talking about, and I'm putting it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, everywhere, and I'm starting to get some feedback from it.
Good.
Nice, way to go. It's a beginning. Everything's a stepping stone. You're planting seeds, but you know what? The most important seed is the seed you plant in yourself, and it's great to see you 3 gals doing it. Way to go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
All
Okay,
right,
Sean,
guys.
appreciate it.
No, thank you. It's great to have. We're great to have.
Yes.
We're honored to have you. Thank
Yes.
you
Thank you
for
for
coming
coming.
and joining us today. You know, what a great treat. So
And don't forget to press the button.
that's right. Don't just subscribe down below. That's what we want to
That
do.
was the wrong button I pressed.
Right.
Button.
All right, y'all. We'll see you on Monday at the same time, same place.
Have a good weekend.
Great
You
weekend.
guys
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Don't forget to subscribe.
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 Down.
That's what it is. Yes. That's the
Goodbye.
button.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.